Do you ever feel like some people just want to have meetings for the sake of having meetings? We don't have time for that. Let's talk about how to have more productive meetings and save time. Don't get me wrong, I love meeting with people and brainstorming and figuring out ways that we might be able to collaborate with each other. But as you're building a business, we don't have a lot of time, so we have to be really conscious of how we're spending our time and who we're meeting with. When I worked for someone else doing business development, I was constantly in meetings. I was going to breakfasts, lunches, dinners, after hours, and I loved it. It was fun. I loved meeting different people. I loved figuring out ways that we might be able to collaborate. Some of those things turned into a really great opportunity. Some of them didn't. But when I went out on my own, I realized how important it was to meet with the right people. We have very limited time, and when you're bringing home your own paycheck, you have to be really conscious of that and not spend a lot of time having coffees or lunches with people that, quite honestly, you're never really going to do business with. There's some easy things you can do to figure out if you should even have a meeting with this person. And the easiest way to do it is to ask them what they're looking for in their business. So a lot of times people are reaching out to others because they're told, hey, we networked, we went to an event, and now we should get together, grab coffee, and meet. But it doesn't always make sense, especially if you're looking for something really clear. So, for example, if someone is looking to potentially hire you, that's a really easy conversation to have before you have a meeting. What are they actually looking to do? You may be a good fit, you may not, but without that conversation, you won't know. Like I said, I love meeting with people and figuring out how to collaborate, but we don't have time to meet with everyone. So one thing I started doing, if I did meet somebody and I think they're really nice and hey, maybe we would be friends or maybe we would be some good business contacts for one another, but it definitely doesn't make sense for us to sit down and have a whole lunch or dinner together. What I started doing is inviting people to attend events with me. So if I was going to an event that was local or even like a small group lunch or something, I would say, hey, why don't you come with me? This way, not only do I get to know them a little bit more and start to build that relationship, but I get to also introduce them to a whole new group of people. It's a win-win. So here are some things that I've done over the years that have really helped me lead more productive meetings and save time. The first thing is to define the purpose of the meeting. What are we trying to accomplish? So I get a lot of phone calls, and you probably do too, of people that say, hey, let's go grab lunch and talk about your business and my business, and maybe I'm gonna hire you, or maybe we're gonna work together. Well, oftentimes it's as easy as picking up the phone, having a phone conversation, having a Skype call, where you can decide, does it make sense to actually sit down and have a whole lunch with this person to figure out if it might be a good business connection? You'll probably be able to take care of that in a phone call. What's great about that is that you have that phone call, and then from there you can decide, hey, yeah, you know what, this is worth going out to lunch and seeing how we can work together. Or maybe it's, you know, I don't necessarily do that. I don't think we're a good fit, but I have some people I might be able to refer to you, which is also really helpful. So the next time someone asks you to just go out for coffee, ask them what exactly they want to talk about, what are they hoping to get out of the meeting. This way, you're both going into the meeting a little bit more prepared, and again, you're not going to waste a lot of time. The second thing I started doing, if people asked me to go to lunch or coffee, I would say instead, hey, why don't you come meet me at my office and we'll go for a walk. Now, some people kind of thought this was a little bit weird, but then they would say yes to it, and so we would do that. We would go for a walk. I love taking walking meetings because you're outside, you're getting some fresh air, and it just lends itself to a nice conversation. You get some little exercise out during the day, and once you've identified, going back to step one, identifying what that meeting is going to be about, take that walk. You're saving time and you're making sure that you're having a productive meeting when you're walking and talking. I know what you might be thinking. How does this save time? How long do you have to walk and talk with them? Well, you should probably know your area and how far you're going to be walking. So for me, I know that the area has a nice little park and it's got a nice little strip. So I know very specifically where I'm thinking I'm going to take a little walk. So I ensure that it's like a little 15-minute meeting. And again, before I meet with them, I let them know, hey, I have 15 minutes, I have 20 minutes, or whatever that time frame is. So we're going into the meeting both knowing how much time we're going to be spending together to then figure out, does it make sense to have another meeting or where we're going to go from there. What about you? What do you do to lead more productive meetings and save time? Comment below and let us know. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more tips to inspire you to take action and enhance your business and life. Collaborate. What is wrong with me?